Well, folks, down here at the range again. Today we were working on my Savage 110 7mm Magnum. This is an older 110, plastic stock, black plastic stock. As you see, I've kind of, although you may not be able to see, but it's been rattle canned, camo. I don't know if you can see. I don't know, but anyway, got a one of them Limb Saver recoil pads on the end of this thing, and believe it or not, that makes shooting a 7mm Magnum pleasurable and enjoyable. You can actually don't beat the heck out of you. This was horrid. This was awful. I worked up some stuff, rounds. I had some 160 grain Speer Grand Slams, and kicking back and forth on what powder to use, going through the Speer book and everything. Pulled out one of the Hodgdon, your little magazines you get, the little book you get every year from Hodgdon with their load data in it and everything. And I had picked up 2 pounds of the IMR Enduron 8133, 8331, the purple labeled can, the Enduron stuff that now Hodgdon is no longer importing from, I'm assuming Australia is where that stuff comes from, but so Hodgdon's discontinued their Enduron line of IMR powders. But I had 2 pounds of it, so I did find some load data with that, with a 160 grain bullet, so we started with that. And again, that was horrid. I think the best group I shot was probably a 4-inch group. It was awful. We were shooting right around 2950 feet per second. We worked our way up. We ended up the hottest. Well, and I didn't even max out. I didn't even get to the max book on this thing. I didn't think I was going to have to go very high to get an accurate load out of it. But I got up a little ways. I did 5 loadings, starting at whatever it was, and going up a half a grain. So our highest we were pushing was 3058, 3058. That was probably the best group as far as the SD and the deviations. We shot 3032, 3033, and 3058 were our speeds with that. But it was still a horrid group. I mean, it was like 3.5 inch, 2-inch group, 3-inch groups. I mean, it was awful. I'm not even gonna dig up in the back of the truck and get the targets out and show you that they were awful. They were a minute of pie plate is what they were. I guess in somebody's book that's all right. And this is not, I mean, this thing's got a pencil barrel. I've been kicking around the idea of swapping out a barrel in this, putting a little bit heavier barrel, a little bit, bigger profile barrel in this. And this is the old original black stock that these things came in. And I don't remember what the date code on this rifle is, but it's one of the first ones with the AccuTrigger. So kicking around, getting another stock, doing another barrel, or possibly selling it, or trading it in at the gun store or local gun shop or something. And I think if I did that, I would probably would go back with a 7mm Magnum, but I would probably go with a Bergara maybe, or a Tikka, but I would probably go Bergara. Just from my experience with my other Bergara, I would probably go with them. I do have a load with this, and the Enduron powder. The reason I bought a couple pounds of that, which you can no longer get anymore, so it's probably a good thing that I didn't have a good load with that stuff. I don't know if it was powder, I don't know if it was a bullet or not, but it's supposed to be equivalent in burn rate and everything to the Retumbo, to Hodgson's Retumbo. And I do have a decent load worked up for this thing that is just a smidge under an inch. It's like 0.89 MOA is what it measured out with. And I've got some of those right here. And this is Retumbo, and this is a 160 grain nozzle partition bullet. and it shot very well, and it shoots that very well. And I thought I come across the Speer Grand Slams. Right now, finding nozzler bullets is I've got plenty. I've got a whole nother box, and I've got 20 rounds of that if I want to go hunt. That's my hunting round. I won't take this gun hunting. I'm not scared to go hunting, and I don't have anything to reload. I've got bullets to reload with it, but since nozzler has gone up in price and it's been really hard to get here lately, I went with the Grand Slam. I went with the Speer Grand Slams. Both bullets are a flat base bullet, so I thought maybe they would perform equally, well. But and again, I don't know if it's just that Enduron powder or those Speer bullets that just don't perform. The groups were horrid. Just absolutely horrid. I mean, so bad that I don't know whether I'm going to go home and take the scope off this thing. Now, I did buy this gun used. The scope was on this gun when I bought it. I've not had an issue. This is an older Bushnell Legend scope, just a 3x9 by 50. So, and I don't remember the Legend line. They got Infinity now. I don't know what the Legends, I can't really find much information on the old Legend line of scopes, so I don't know if it's just a trashy scope or what. But I have now I'm questioning on whether or not I want to sell the rifle and start with something different, or maybe pull the scope off, pull the bases off, because this just got the Weaver bases on it right here. I'm gonna pull the bases, change the rings. It's got Weaver bases and rings on it. Maybe I'm changing rings. Maybe something's come loose in it. It doesn't seem to be anything loose on it just by sitting here looking at it, messing with it. But this gun shoots better than what it shot today. And again, like I said, it was just, I can't say the word horrible or horrid enough to just, I don't like it. I done a group that's over 2 inches is just unacceptable to me, period. So we're gonna go home and drop back and punt and go back to the drawing board. Maybe I like I said, I'm a little ways away from the max on the book on it, the book max for these lows. Maybe I'll go back and load some, keep going up a little bit. It did seem to get a little better as the speeds picked up. Like I said, we ended right at 3,000 feet per second, just a little over 3,000 feet per second. So, and that's kind of cooking for a 160 grain bullet. And a 7mm Magnum, it's still getting it. So I'll have to do some thinking and figuring out what I'm gonna do here. I did film some of the shooting, but kept dropping my phone, kept folding my phone sitting on the tailgate of my truck right now, and so the phone kept falling. So we just I'm gonna abandon all that film, and there's nothing to walk down there, no group down there to walk down there worth showing you. Unless you want to see how not to do it. Most people don't. Most people already know that. So anyway, we're going to call it a day, folks. And turkey season is right around the corner here. We got 2 more weeks, I think, till turkey season starts. My next weekend, I'm not going to be, I've got where I work. I work in the automotive industry, work in the parts world in a car dealership. So we got inventory to do next weekend. So there's no way on God's green earth I'll get out here and do any shooting next weekend. I might be able to do something after work one day this week, but I don't know. We'll see. But we're just going to leave it here. We're going to leave it here right here. And this 7mm Magnum right here, she's not, I don't know. She's not hitting on much today. So anyway, we'll talk to you people later. Y'all have a good one.